enchanting image of the beloved of my past, who could have painted your likeness so vividly that I gaze upon you, I speak to you, and I believe to have you here before me, as back in those beautiful days of love. The sweet nostalgia of this poetry of Alberto Donaudy, set to music by his brother Stefano, speaks to us of a time and a place long lost and so distant from us here today. What is it about the music of Donaudy that captivates us? The songs are permeated with a sweet nostalgia that speaks to us at both a personal and cultural level. The ability to evoke memories in the listener is critical to the success of a piece of music, or indeed, any work of art. Italian artists are particularly susceptible to a kind of nostalgia that yearns for something lost, a past part of life, perhaps overly idealized, a place that one loved and left, or, most importantly, a lost loved one. Donaudy left a scant historical record of his life. We know that he was born in Palermo in 1879 and that he died in Naples in 1925. We know that he studied at the Royal Conservatory and was known as a child prodigy, as his most famous song, Vaghissima sembianza, was composed at the tender age of 13. We know that he gave voice and piano lessons. We know that he wrote chamber music for soirees in Palermo, and that he composed 6 operas, none of which has survived in the contemporary repertory. We don't even have a photograph of him. I like to imagine him as a kind of Proustian figure, diminutive, a little frail, perhaps a little mustache, intense, but a little distracted by the music in his head, spending his afternoons going from villa to villa in a carriage, giving voice and piano lessons to the little princesses of Palermo, and presenting his music at soirees and dinner parties. If not for this collection of songs, his name would have completely disappeared into the mists of history. The real inspiration for this album was the month and a half that Elizabeth and I spent in Palermo when she was invited to sing Puccini's La Fanciulla del West at the Teatro Massimo. We had the privilege of walking around and working in this monument of Liberty architecture every day for weeks. And we had the chance to make new friends who took us around the city to see the art, the villas, and to soak up the atmosphere. Learning about this fascinating period of its history really seduced us into wanting to immerse ourselves in its music. When Shailin Liu invited us to present an evening of opera in the theater that bears her name in Rockport, Massachusetts, we were so struck by the beauty and acoustical perfection of the hall that we knew this was where we had to record. We hope that we have succeeded in doing Donaudy's music justice, and that his music will speak to you too, cast its seductive spell upon you, and that you will fall in love with his Vaghissime sembianze, his most enchanting images.